Hello, and welcome to Snapshot 25W31A, and there's even more copper stuff. I can't even believe how much copper is being added to Minecraft. It's crazy. Literally, we type in copper. Look at this, like, look at that already. And then, like, it just keeps going. It just doesn't end. There's so much. And if you haven't been keeping up with the Bedrock previews that I've been doing videos on, there haven't been any snapshots for a while, so if you want to see, like, all the kind of cool stuff that you've missed from them, they've all been added to Java Edition now in the snapshot. So we're going to add in all the new stuff first. We'll look at that, and then we'll go over a little bit over that stuff as well that we saw in those previews. So if you've already seen those videos, you don't have to go through that to see the new stuff. And you've probably seen it from the thumbnail, and it's like, look at this guy, the new copper horse armor. It's so cool. Look at that. I like the texture of like the horse armor here. We have like the green part of the copper here, and then like the copper part of the copper horse armor there. Like the unoxidized one right here, and then you have the oxidized one right there. Look at that, very cool. It would be cool if it like had like 4 stages. It would be really cool if we had like the copper one, the weathered one, the more weathered one, and then finally the full one. I think that'd be pretty cool as well. That would be even more stuff. Like I already said, copper has so many. Like look at all this. Look at all this. You just like look at that. It has like so many items already because of all the wax versions as well. It's crazy. Some of the most items in the game. But yeah, so we have that new horse armor and also new lightning rods, as you can see right here. Very cool. We only had these ones, and now it's really cool that you have the new stages of lightning rods. A cool thing about copper that oxidizes is that lightning will like clean it off. So normally you have to use an axe to like get it to be the normal copper, but lightning can also do that. So I wonder if lightning will actually like turn this into like the first stage as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's waxed so it won't like go in another stage, which is pretty awesome. And this update's also huge. Like not only the copper stuff's like pretty cool, but like there's massive changes to Minecraft. So spawn chunks are completely gone now. They've been removed, and I feel like they've changed. They haven't like written on like the website. Link down below in the description to the website, and yeah, every snapshot video I have a link to the page where it's like all the information about the new snapshot, where you like that's where I read it, and then like I do the video on like all the stuff. So yeah, so basically the spawn chunks are gone, so they're just gone, and yeah, there's no mention of like the terrain loading like slower, but like when I like load in the terrain, it was like loading in a little bit slower. Like the game's not lagging, it's just like the terrain was like loading in slowly, It's loaded in now, but like it was actually loading in quite slowly as it was like loading up the world. And there's also a progress bar now when the world loads up, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, so back to like the spawn chunks. Spawn chunks are the beginning part of the world that you like spawn into that are always loaded. So you as a player load the chunks. So when you're in a chunk, the animals will move around. The like if you break this tree, the leaves will decay. All that kind of stuff happens when you're around. Or if there's like a nether portal with items going through it. Do you have to have items going through it? Yeah, you have to have items going through the nether portal. I think they might have changed it. Like, yeah, and also you can have an ender pearl now. An ender pearl stasis chamber will also like load chunks as well now. That was a huge like change they added in one of the snapshots, and now it's like in the game, which is pretty cool. So you have that, and so yeah, those are the places that the world is loaded. So the spawn chunks were always loaded, and it was like mainly for like loading like quickly, like if you were on like a server or multiplayer server, you'd have your friends would like log in on like the world spawn, and they'd load instantly because it was like already loaded. So now it's not loaded anymore, so it was just like because like the game's progressed to enough to where it doesn't need to have to spawn chunks loaded, and a lot of really cool farms are made in the spawn chunks. So you have like any farm you want to have loaded all the time. So like anything from as simple as a sugarcane farm, or like a wheat and melon farm, or carrots, anything, like literally anything, you can think of that like you need, to be loaded, is already like, yeah, like, could be put in the spawn chunks. And people do a lot of cool stuff with mob switches and stuff. So a mob switch is a bunch of like hostile mobs, and they like take up all of the mob cap. So if you had like trapped like a load of zombies, because there's so many zombies loaded in, the game can't like spawn any more in, because they're like, oh, if I spawn any more in, the game will like crash. So I've got to like, so there's a limit to how many monsters there can be. So because of that, people put like a load of mobs in a spawn chunk, and then have like basically peaceful mode for free, which is pretty crazy, And yeah, so now that's like been gone. You can load the chunks, not like, you know, with ender pearls and other kind of cool stuff. So, but yeah, it's cool because usually it's just like a random like let's say this area right here was always loaded. You know, you have mobs in here. You have like water flowing or like lava underground or whatever's underground. Mobs spawning in. You know, it's just like loading area that you don't need to be loaded. So it's, you know, gonna help like the average player. So like if you like go off now, like if I want, they first shrunk the area. It used to be like 9x9. Now it's 3x3, and now it's gone. But yeah, let's say I like built on that mountain there, literally just there. This area would be loaded and like would have like no benefit to me at all. So it's going to be really helpful to like the average player. And speaking of peaceful mode, they actually added a new thing. If you have an egg, as you can see, spawn eggs right here. You spawn all the mobs, and for hostile mobs, they are now disabled in peaceful mode. There you go. A nice quality of life feature. It's always good when they like add like stuff like this, like little quality of life features, and the huge quality of life feature, which we're going to get to in a second in the new F3 menu. You know, let's like I'll grab a creeper or a creaking. I'll grab a creeper because they're cool, and you know. Yeah, you can't even spawn them in. Like, this is what happened before. But it's cool. It shows you, like, disabled in peaceful mode. You know, and there you go. Very cool. Honestly, it's really cool. And also, before we get onto the F3 screen, which is just awesome. I can't wait to talk about that. But the Copper Golem has been added, like the statue version, and also the normal Copper Golem version. But I was really hoping to see this in Java edition, and it made it in. So, on Bedrock, Armour stands, as you may know if you play Bedrock, they will like have different poses, and the Copper Golem also got different poses. So now if we right click it, hey, look at that, he's sitting, he's on the running animation, and then he's doing a jumping jack, very cool. Now he's just standing again. There you go. And I think you can use redstone in Bedrock for armor stands to like have them like continually like rotating like, you know, their pose. So hopefully that has also added to Java like for this guy as well. And also, you know, please add the, like, different, like, you know, Bedrock, armor stand, you know, poses. Please add that to Java edition. That'd be so cool. More parodies, really good. Like, you know, if you can get the games, like, completely the same, then, like, literally you could just make one game, you know, that'd be great. But, you know, it's like, I know it's, like, the code that's the problem. There's a bit of code, and it's, like, tough. But, like, stuff like that you can definitely add. Because, like, they've added these, so, yeah, you can definitely add that. I love the running, like, that looks so good. Look at that. They just look like they're running somewhere. Start your engines and go. But yeah, very cool. And I love the horse armor. I love it. It looks very cool. And I'll let you look at the other horse armors, just so you can see like the different variations. I don't know if you can craft it. I'm sure that you'll be able to craft it, but if not, it'll probably like be in the loot pool like all the other horse armor. Currently, you can only craft leather horse armor, so maybe you can, because it's going to be worse than iron. Yeah. Copper's really interesting because it's like just worse than iron, but better than stone. And it's like, would you ever like make copper stuff? I guess like if you were like early game on like your first or second night, if you got copper, you might as well craft it into armor and like tools. Honestly, it's gonna be definitely used for armor a lot. I feel like in early game, like because leather, you never really make leather armor because it's like not enough leather. And leather's super important in all the other crafting recipes, like books and all that kind of other stuff, where you need leather in those crafting recipes, and not like, you know, that. But yeah, so if you go on the horse, you can see right there, there's the horse, and bam. And now for the F3 screen, what you've all been waiting for. This is crazy. If you press F3 and F5, bam. Look at this. This is absolutely crazy. You know when you see speedrunners like pressing F3 and all this stuff comes up, and you're like, what is going on? Now you know what's going on. You can literally select everything. So there's 3 options on everything right here. This is test stuff, obviously. Okay, so let's look at biome. So you got your biome right here, and you know in F3 is set right now. If you were to click off, it is now off. But so it's off right now. If you click in F3, it'll now be in the F3 screen. So if we press F3 like that, you can see the top left. This is biome plains, which is really good. Now if we F3, F5 again, and we do always, it'll now always tell you what biome we're in. So if we fly over to the mountain right here, it's a meadow, and then the snow slopes, bam. And this is a vanilla way of actually like seeing what it's a vanilla way of seeing like what biome you're in, which is really cool. I wonder what like stuff people are gonna have in the top left, like, you know. So we have that right there, And if we do F3, F5, we can turn it back on to in F3. And now we'll do FPS. FPS, we'll do always. And it's in the top right there. And if we do always for that, but if we do F3, F3, do always, always. Okay, yeah, so they do have like an order to them. I was going to see if like you swap the order if you did them. But no, they have like their own order. Like obviously is in the F3 screen. They'll be the same way. So you have FPS first, then plain. So I'm running at a smooth 60 FPS. Very good. That's good. It's like not moving off 60. And you can obviously change for FPS. We're going to video settings right here. We're at max 120. But it's sitting smooth at like 60, which is pretty good. I'm not sure about like the settings right here. But yeah, so that's cool. Now we do F3, F5 again. It's just cool stuff. So we'll have them in F3 only. And then look at this. We have like all of these. So no, I'll turn these all on. These are all new stuff. All of that stuff means stuff. I don't know what they mean, but they do mean stuff. So it's just really good for like you know, like all that kind of like you know, like back end, like, you know, super farm stuff, like that kind of like reducing lag and all that kind of cool stuff. Like the farms are gonna get so much better, and like all the kind of like, you know, like maps and servers and things will be way more optimized, which is really good. But it's also good for like the casual player. Like, you know, showing your FPS is always good to see. The game version, we can like see it's like we're in the snapshot right now. I'm trying to see what other cool stuff we have here. Height map, what's that? Don't need that. Anything else? I know there's some really cool stuff. Like local difficulty is really cool. So local difficulty. Oh, it's just a day count as well. Yo, that's actually really good. Yo, hardcore Minecraft series are gonna all have this right now. That's gonna be epic. It's a little bit annoying, like being like so long, but yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. Have it in F3. Looking at block, you know, that's in off right now. I'm trying to see anything cool. But yeah, the cool thing as well, you can just turn it all off, and then when you press F3, you can only have what you like already right now, it's already got less stuff than I usually see in F3. But yeah. Let's keep going. And it makes it way easier for like a normal player. So if we go down here, chunk borders, instead of it being like, you know, F3 and like G, you can also just do chunk borders, and you can do crosshair off. Yeah, like, you know, look at these, like all this kind of like stuff. Yeah, look, all this stuff. Like, why is there a big number here? I don't know. It's some technical stuff, and it's going to be really useful for like the technical players. Let's go back down here and turn them all off. Off. But yeah, chunk borders and like hitboxes are now like super obvious for like, you know, people to like see. They're you know, let me just check. F3, is it G? Oh yeah, so they still work. The shortcuts still work, and then F3 and B. There you go. So they still work, but you can now like, if you're like not used to the shortcuts, you can literally press F3, F5, go down here, turn them off and on as you like. Very cool. And default profile obviously would be like everything's back to default, and then performance. Performance, I think it's like what you select. So performance off. It turns on FPS though, so I see. Okay. But yeah, you can customize that any way you like, and it's just cool. It's just a cool quality of life thing. Having the ability to like change your F3. Look how little we have on the F3 screen. Look at that. Look at that. It's tiny. That is crazy. F3, F5, default. Put it back to the default, and then F3, F5. No, F3. Crazy stuff. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Let me just look at the thing. Yeah, just all the other stuff that we've added from the copper update. So we have like the copper golem. We have a carved pumpkin, then some copper. Bam! Just grab a couple of these. Boom. Grab all these just to show you how you spawn them in. For all you Java people who haven't like been keeping up with the Bedrock edition and stuff, you get a copper block, put carved pumpkin on it. Bam! You get the copper golem. Very cool. And these guys, they're awesome. They're awesome. Like, they're just amazing. I really hope all the other mob losers like get added to Minecraft, because they look just so cool. Copper's honestly like the best thing in Minecraft now. It's gone from like the worst to like the best thing. Like, I really wish I had like an established world with like chests and chests of copper, because it would have been so good to like just like build all this kind of cool stuff. I would just love to see a city like someone makes with like all the copper golems like frozen. Like I want to see it now, and they're just like frozen like mid-run like that and stuff, and just like, you know, like they're standing there and they're like sitting down and they're just frozen, and like the whole city's been like decayed and stuff. And this guy should now turn into a statue. That's how they turn into. That's how you get the statues. It's they like literally age so much they stop moving, which is like crazy, like Minecraft lore, you know. Crazy Minecraft lore is like they like just like I would love to see like an actual structure have them in them. It'd be so cool to see like the copper golem like frozen in a structure, and you just know someone built that copper golem like a long time ago, and now it's frozen, and it's just like, you know, that'd be epic. This is a huge update. This is a huge update. Copper update, massive update, and I'm loving it. Minecraft's like new release schedule of all the things are just like the best. It's amazing, and I'm gonna be doing all of this kind of cool stuff on the channel, reacting to it all, and also telling you all the information you need. Link it again down in the description to the website, and hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all. Goodbye.